Renting is a waste of money. You build equity owning a home. You know what I have to say to that? Renting is a waste of money. You build equity owning a home. While renting doesn't always make the most financial sense, it can have a lot of benefits depending on where you are in life and what your needs are. First of all, can you even afford a house? Those things are insanely expensive. On average, buying a house requires a 20% down payment, and the median US house price is $230,000. So if you haven't got 50 grand lying around, you might want to consider renting. Although, if you can afford the upfront cost, a mortgage can sometimes be cheaper, even including the interest, but only if you're planning on staying put. Do you know what you're eating for dinner tonight? How about what you'll be working in 3 years' time? Or what you want to do in the next 30 years of your life? If the answer to these questions is no, you might not want to tie yourself down by buying a house. The average mortgage lasts 30 years. 30 years? That means if you bought a house in 2020, you wouldn't finish paying it off until 2050. By 2050, we'll have flying houses, and your non-flying house will be the laughingstock of the entire neighborhood. The upshot is that you have to do a lot of planning ahead. For example, you need to think about how any future construction projects could affect the value of your house. And if you're planning on having kids, you need to make sure you're in the right school district. Put simply, buying is only cheaper than renting if you know you're planning on sticking around. After all, there are all sorts of hidden and upfront costs that come with purchasing a property, not to mention taxes. Speaking of which, are you a libertarian? Do you believe that taxation is theft? Then you will love renting. All 50 states, as well as DC, charge property tax. So if you want to stick it to your government, renting is a great way to keep the IRS out of your home life. A home life you could enjoy so much more with the perks of an apartment complex. Trust me, nothing beats lounging by the pool or working out in the gym without even leaving your building first. And if you're a renter, there's a good chance these amenities will be included with your apartment. And there's no high upfront costs either. As a renter, you don't have to worry about expensive home maintenance either. Say the washing machine breaks or your roof leaks. That's not on you. Put your feet up and call the landlord. Now the downside is that you aren't in control, your landlord is. They'll often raise the rent at the end of your lease, and any changes you want to make to the space are at their whim. So when deciding whether to rent or buy, ask yourself what your plans are for the future, and then decide how much money you're willing to invest in that future.